Sean Combs makes an 11th hour plea for mercy before a judge decides his penalty for the 2 felony counts he was found guilty of back in July. Now, the 4-page letter asking for leniency comes after just days after his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura penned her own letter asking the judge to deliver a sentence that reflects her experience as a victim. Ventura was a key witness in the music mogul's federal trial. Combs is also facing a new lawsuit from a former stylist. Deontay Nash alleges he suffered years of abuse, something Combs denies. Audrika Duncan spoke exclusively to Nash.
This has been a really bad 2 years for me. Very bad. Probably the worst since I left in 2018. It's like I'm reliving it all over again.
So as sentencing day approaches, your hope for the future is what? Outside of healing for yourself, for other people who were involved, but what is your hope for the future?
I hope that the sentence is something good enough for the victims to get some peace and get their lives together and feel like they've gotten justice. I mean, that's really all I can ask for.
CBS News legal contributor Caroline Polisi joins me here on set to discuss this. Caroline, good morning. Welcome to our new space. We should note that Mr. Combs avoided the most serious charges against him, and there may be some people out there who believe reputation repair is possible, but what really is at stake today?
The stakes couldn't be higher, Errol. As you noted, he's only being sentenced today on those 2 Mann Act charges that he was convicted of. Those carry with them the potential of 10 years each. However, I've never seen a case in which the discrepancy in the sentencing recommendations is so large. So he could be essentially walking free by the end of the year, or he could be looking at 10 more years in prison. That's because the prosecution and the defense see this case very differently. The prosecutors really want the sentencing judge to take into account the violence, the force, the fraud, the coercion that they say leaded to these Mann Act convictions. Now, the defense is saying it's not constitutional to consider that type of behavior because, as you noted, he was acquitted of the most serious charges like sex trafficking, which does involve force, fraud, or coercion, violence. It's not a domestic violence case. He got off on the RICO charge. So you're seeing a different, just as it played out in trial, it's a tale of 2 different stories here.
And here's one component that's different, because along with the letter, Combs' legal team also released a video.
Yeah.
This will play in court today. Let's just show our viewers a clip.
We wanted to raise some money for the children of New York City for health and education. We have a huge education crisis. And, you know, this is just a start. It's something we're going to be committed to. I'm going to be committed to for a lifetime. And it's no better way than taking it to the streets.
His T-shirt there reading, "I am the American dream." What's the relevance, the significance?
Yeah, you're seeing more and more of this in the courtroom, these videos, professionally produced videos like this. It's because sentencing is both a science and an art. And part of the factors, what we call 3553A factors that the judge can take into account, is the person's commitment to society, how they were grown up. There are mitigating factors, there are aggravating factors and additional factors. The defense team's sentencing memorandum really went overboard trying to portray Mr. Combs as like, a pillar of society, giving back all of his philanthropic work. Whereas the prosecution says, don't necessarily believe that he's rehabilitated. He'll be speaking in court today, too, which is interesting. He won't be really addressing the offense conduct. What he'll be doing is appealing to the judge saying, look, he's reformed. He's gotten clean behind bars. He's ready and willing to work with a psychologist and a psychiatrist when he gets out, and he should be released.
He's pleading for his freedom.
He is.
We'll see how that results. Thank you so much, Caroline. I appreciate you being here. And tonight, you can catch the CBS News documentary Sean Diddy Combs, The Sentencing, at 9 and 11 p.m. Eastern, right here on CBS News 24/7.